Will you accept the Lord Jesus, my brother?
Breaking news power blackout affecting the south side.
I hope those were fireworks.
Darkness is always right around the corner.
That girl's still missing. I'm not worried. You'll find her.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie Futuristic Mike, and I'm back with another The Shy video if you're new. Make sure y'all leave your theories, comments, everything down below in the comment section. If you're a fan of The Shy, if you love The Shy, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you can always see when I'm dropping some content so you never miss any The Shy news. Now, this is going to be my quick thoughts for The Shy Season 3, Episode 5, titled Terror Town. And man, this was a crazy episode. You know, this was a solid episode. I loved this episode, man. This was my favorite one of season 3 so far. Now, I explained to you guys that, you know, I liked episode 4, but it wasn't all that. But this one right here, man, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was watchable. You know, it kept me entertained. And kept me engaged 24/7. And the fact that they had Keisha up in this episode, the fact that we really know where she is now and everything, man, I gotta let you guys know that my predictions were right. I released a predictions video before the episode came out, and I was completely right. I said that Keisha would get found in this episode. They showed her, we knew where she was, and then Ronnie heard her at the end of the episode. So that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Now we finally know that some sicko has Keisha, and we know that she didn't run away, because one of the fan theories was actually that Keisha ran away, but we know now that she did not run away. She has been taken, she's been kidnapped, and she's being held in some basement or whatever. And it's crazy, man, because she does not want to be there at all. I mean, what girl would want to be in a situation like that? She's being forced to do things. I mean, at least she's not tied up in the basement. At least she has her own space. But this dude is literally treating her like shit. He's giving her baths, dunking her head under the water. He's making her feel uncomfortable. He's feeding her. Even though she has her own little space down there in that room, it's still not freedom. She's still locked up. You know, she's being recorded. She has cameras down there watching her 24/7. Every single time she moves, the cameras move and watch her. So that's just crazy, man. This dude is literally a psycho, and he really actually has something wrong with him. This dude needs to get help. He needs to be locked the hell up. He needs to be in a federal prison with no bail. This dude needs to be in prison for years. He's just a sicko. He's over here saying to Keisha, man, you need to look good for daddy. You need to do this for daddy. He's just seriously a psycho, and there actually is people like this in the world. You know, I knew something bad happened to Keisha, and I've been calling it since day one. I told you guys Keisha was alive. I just knew it. I knew it. I knew there was hope. I said there was a possibility she might be dead, but I always told you guys that I thought and felt like Keisha was alive. And I was right about that. And then I made my predictions video and said that she would be found in episode 5. She didn't really get found, but Ronnie heard her screaming. So technically, she's going to be getting found here in episode 6. I can't wait for the previews for episode 6, man. I'm going to do my what to expect for that episode. And we're going to talk about it, man. We are going to talk about it. There was some other things I liked in this episode, too. There was a lot of different good things in this episode. And like I said, this was my favorite one so far of this season. It just had every single thing I expected an episode to have. You know, Emmett was doing his little after hours with Dom. And then the blackout came. So he had no choice but to take the barbecue and the chicken outside. He was selling chicken outside, you know, with Dom. People were walking up. People were just enjoying this blackout. They were rocking the music, having fun, dancing. And then some chick, Sadie, showed up. Apparently, it's some chick that goes around from restaurant to restaurant and reviews food and writes about food or whatever. Dom didn't want to give this chick no food because, she said it wasn't her best work. But Emmett's like, man, you know what? Nah, let's just give her a plate. So they had these $10 plates. They gave her some food, and apparently she liked it. But the crazy thing is, in this episode, is Sonny caught Emmett. And, I've been saying this for a while, too. I called this. I said that Emmett was going to get caught, and it was not going to go well. I told you guys that as soon as he gets caught, Sonny's going to be pissed, man, because that's his restaurant. He doesn't like when people are doing things behind his back without his knowledge. So I knew for a fact that Sonny would be pretty mad. And he definitely was. He definitely was. So they're outside at Sonny's barbecue, and Sonny walks up and said, "What the fuck is going on here?" He says, "I know what you've been doing, and I was hoping you would be man enough to tell me the truth by yourself." He said, "You're not a man, you are a boy." He said Emmett was a waste of his damn time, and he should have never wasted his time with Emmett. He was trying to coach him. He was trying to be a role model to him, and Emmett completely disappointed him. It really looked like Emmett was about to cry. I never seen Emmett looking this disappointed. He was really upset, man, because he never heard Sonny talk to him like that before. And Sonny said, "Shut this shit down and get the fuck out of my establishment." So honestly, I really think he's probably fired, to be honest. Sonny was not happy. Emmett's going to have to do some major apologizing, and hopefully in the future he still has a job. But I just don't think that's going to happen. I think this is the part where Emmett and Dom are going to have to find somewhere else to open up their business, and I think he's going to part ways from Sonny. But that's just my opinion. We also had a lot of the kids in this episode. Kevin, Jake, Papa, and Gemma and Maisha join them. They meet at a restaurant, and then they go to this abandoned building, and they think there's some paranormal activity shit going on. And then Jake and Gemma get in a little argument. Jake tells Gemma to shut up. Kevin's not having it. He's like, "Don't talk to her like that." All throughout this episode, Jake and Gemma are arguing. Even Maisha and Gemma get in an argument, and they just keep calling her bougie and all kinds of shit. It was just a crazy episode. The lights go out inside this abandoned building. They think that there's really some paranormal activity going on, but really they find out there's a blackout. So Kevin and Gemma are walking down the street, and they go up to the picture of that girl that was missing, that got found at the lake. And Gemma's like, "Did you know her?" And Kevin's like, "No, but at least, her family knows where she's at now." It showed Jada and her boyfriend in this episode. Well, he became her boyfriend. They were going on a little date. They went to a barbecue at his family's house. She met all of his family. She ended up finding out he had a wife. She thought he had a wife like when he was dating her, and she got kind of butthurt, but she found out that his wife died. We get to Duda, and he's doing all kinds of things for the blackout, for the campaign. He's making sure people get pizza. He's making sure all the Perry's Pizza establishments let people inside during the blackout. He's making sure people go around and pass out flashlights and all kinds of things people need for the blackout. He's trying to do everything to help his campaign, so people think he's the best candidate, so he wins for mayor. Duda's doing all kinds of things in this episode. He's eating out Candy Burris. He was putting in some work on her, smacking them cheeks. And then he goes outside because Big Mike tells him to come outside. Some dude was spray painting the campaign posters or whatever. And he's like, "Big Mike, let him go." And then he's like, "Sorry about that, but what seems to be the problem?" And the dude was telling him how he felt. He was talking shit. Dude, I got pissed, and he beat his ass down. He beat the brakes off dude, and he stomped him and stomped him in the face. Jake asked him if he could come outside with them, and Duda was like, yeah. He probably didn't expect to beat down this dude, but he has such a temper that he just decided to do it in that moment. Jake seen this, and he got so scared. He seen Duda's true colors. He ran over to Trig's house, man. So he ran over to Trig's house. Trig let him in, and he pretty much just held Jake. And I like seeing that moment. The two brothers bonded. Earlier in the episode, DCFS came over to Trig's house, and she was inspecting to make sure Trig had a good household for Jake to live in. She was complaining about a whole bunch of stuff about outlets being loose and all kinds of stuff, man, really. So Trig got mad and he was like, why we got to do this shit anyways? And she was like, excuse me. And it was a whole bunch of stuff, but I feel him though. Like, why do you even got to do this? Why do you got to prove this to anybody? Like, especially when it's your blood. But unfortunately, that's how the system is. If you want something done, that's how you got to do it. But I like that moment between Jake and Trig, them bonding. I really like that moment. Now, lastly, we're going to talk about Ronnie before I end this video. Now, they showed Ronnie a lot in this episode too. You know, he got some clothes from the pastor that fit him because one of the sister's brothers died and he got some of the clothes. He got a suit and it fit him pretty good. Then he went to one of the shelters that the pastor recommended. He's talking to some of the people, and then he says he has to go check on his grandma. So he went to go check on his grandma. She's not in the assisted living place. So he's freaking out. And then one of his boys that he'd been kicking it with found Mrs. Ethel. And then he took her and got her to safety. And then Ronnie comes down the street. He sees Miss Ethel. He starts talking to her. And then, you know, they get to talking. And then Ronnie's like, oh, you remember me? And she's like, of course I remember you. You're my grandson. And they were having a moment in this episode, and they were bonding as well, like Trig and Jake were. And I loved seeing this because it made Ronnie really happy. Mrs. Ethel was honestly Ronnie's world. You know, Ronnie loves her to death. And if anything happens to Mrs. Ethel, he might go spiraling back down the wrong path because he loves her so much. But she was like to Ronnie, is that girl still missing? And he's like, yeah. And she says, I know you'll find her. So that gave Ronnie more motivation to go and look for Keisha. So towards the end of the episode, he's walking down the street. And this is when Keisha broke out of the door. And the dude comes back outside. The nasty ass creep, the pedophile dude, he comes outside and grabs Keisha and covers her mouth and tries to keep her quiet. She's screaming and screaming, and Ronnie hears Keisha. And we're going to talk about this in another video, maybe in multiple videos. But yeah, Ronnie heard her. And I think in the next episode, maybe the start of the episode, we're going to see Ronnie running up to this house and he's going to make the rescue. And that's going to start his redemption. And, you know, this is going to be his whole redemption arc. And we're going to see him be the hero. And I really can't wait for it, man. I can't wait for it because we've been waiting so long for something good to happen for Ronnie. But yeah, this is all I'm going to talk about in this video. This is just my thoughts. You know, I talked a little bit too long as it is because there was a lot to say. But I'll be making more videos in the future. I got my recap coming soon. More videos about Keisha and everything else. I'll be continuing to bring you guys more of the Shy content in the near future. If you guys want to donate to the channel to help support the channel, I got links in the description to do so. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. It's your boy Futuristic Mike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.